today we have a very, very special honor of giving out a Lifetime Achievement Award. And I'm here to present it from the Trinidad and Tobago Consulate is Ms. Simone Young. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. These few words does not do justice to what she does with us here in our community. She is focused on developing progressive policies for small island developing states in the Caribbean, and she's charged affairs and permanent mission for Trinidad and Tobago to the UN, the head of Chancery overseeing mission administration, and Deputy Consul General, Consulate General, Toronto. So welcome, and we'd like to have our honoree come up, Mr. Milton Ellsworth Safadine.
Good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure to now present this award to Mr. Milton Ellsworth Safadine. And it reads, on behalf of the Consulate General of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago in Toronto, we extend warm congratulations and best wishes to Milton Safadine in recognition of more than 4 decades of exemplary service in advancing Trinidad and Tobago's culture and heritage abroad, and for your outstanding contributions to the strengthening of ties between Trinidad and Tobago and Canada. From your distinguished role as a junior ambassador during Trinidad and Tobago's independence celebrations in 1962, to your founding and leadership of what became Edmonton's celebrated Carry West Festival, you have consistently embodied the spirit of cultural diplomacy. Through unwavering dedication, creativity, community leadership, you have fostered enduring appreciation for Caribbean culture and built bridges of friendship that continue to unite our peoples. Your lifelong commitment to service reflects the very best of Trinidad and Tobago's values and traditions. The Consulate General of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago in Toronto proudly awards this commendation in recognition of your exceptional achievements and lasting impact on cultural relations between our nations. Mr. Safadine, it would be my honor if you could join me to present you with this award, this commendation.
Oh my God. I'm blessed. Yeah. I wrote a book. Mrs. of Ceremonies, Consul General Miss Young, fellow Naparimians, and friends, good evening, everyone. Warm greetings from Edmonton. Unfortunately, the magazine, the NAAC magazine, is not out yet, so you guys must be thinking, who the hell is this guy from the Boondocks coming here and getting some kind of award? That was supposed to preview this. But anyway, we'll deal with it. So Thank you, everyone, and I had a speech made, I might have to ad-lib, but we'll get it done. I'm deeply honored to stand here tonight and to receive this recognition from the Consul General of Trinidad and Tobago, to be acknowledged by my homeland, by the very culture that shaped me, inspired me, and guided me and my work, means more than I can ever fully express. In accepting this recognition, it is important for me to share a brief reflection on the path that led me here. Many of you know that being born and raised in one country and trying to build a new life in another is a challenging journey. At 23, with a few dollars saved and a determination to continue my education in engineering, I made the bold and admittedly quick decision to come to Canada. With no family here to guide me, I simply leaned on courage, packed the 5 suits my grandmother and her friends in Gaspereau lovingly made, and set out with very little idea of what awaited me. I never had been on a plane before, not even to Tobago. So traveling from Trinidad to Bermuda, to Montreal, to Toronto, to Calgary, and finally Edmonton was an experience in itself. Seeing cowboys in Calgary in boots and Stetsons made me realize just how far from home I truly was. With no set plan, I eventually found myself sharing a room in a rental house near the U of A campus with a group of fellow students, 3 Bajans, 2 Trinis, and 1 Pakistani, many of whom went on to become respected professionals. My first days in class were eye-opening. I stood out not only because of my color, but because I was the only student in a polyester suit in a room full of denim. Even my habit of raising my hands when I wanted to use the washroom or to answer my prof marked me as an unfamiliar with Canadian norms. It didn't take long before I bought my first pair of jeans and began adapting. Adjusting to the climate was another lesson altogether. Bundling up in 40 below weather to catch 3 buses to work was enough to test anyone's resolve. But we West Indians of the 60s were resilient. We toughed it out, learned fast, and built new lives, paving the way for so many who came after us. Looking back, I wouldn't change a thing. It made us who we are today. For decades, I have simply tried to share what I love, the rhythm of our music, the flavors of our food, the spirit and culture and color of our carnival, and the warmth of our people. What started as a desire to stay connected to home became a lifelong mission to bring Peace of the Caribbean to Edmonton, Alberta, a place that welcomed me and allowed our culture to take root, flourish, and be celebrated by so many. I wish to thank everyone involved in this incredible honor. Thank you for seeing the value of my work and in the cultural bridges we have built. I also want to thank the Naparima community here in Canada and the Caribbean community in Edmonton. Those who cooked beside me, danced down the streets with me, planned events, shared ideas, volunteered their time, and supported each initiative from day one. This recognition is truly shared by all of you. By the way, on a side note, this is an amazing weekend for me and my family, some of my family who accompanied me. On Monday, I'll be 82. 82 years, not 82 months. I owe a heartfelt thank you to the Naparima College for the defining role it played in my development from 56 to 62. NAPS gave me not only a strong academic foundation, but also the values and discipline that shaped my life. It's where I learned respect, humility, camaraderie, leadership, and the importance of lifelong learning. My years in NAPS were filled with meaningful experiences, from serving as Flemington House Captain and Head Prefect to proudly participating as a junior ambassador during the 1962 Trinidad and Tobago independence celebrations. To this day, the sense of family among Naparimians remains one of the school's greatest strengths. Thank you. To my family and close friends, thank you for your patience, your encouragement, and your unwavering support through every late night, every festival, and every idea that grew into a project. You are the backbone of all I do and all I've accomplished. To my wife, Carol, my youngest daughter, Natalie, who has accompanied me from Edmonton, and her fiancé, Massimo. And then last night I was surprised by another daughter that flew in, and my cousin, Carol Mohammed, who is here tonight with us. Thank you. By the way, on the Massimo thing, he's an Italian football player. Played in the Euro League, represented Canada in World Cup trials and qualifiers. A little secret, he's from Toronto. But we thief him, and we're not giving him back. As I reflect on the people who helped bring this journey to life, I must also extend my sincere thanks to Merle Ramdial, who played a key role in connecting Amar Maharaj and me. She insisted that if Amar would ever found himself in Edmonton, the person he had to contact was Milton Zaifdin. And as we say, so said, so done. And that brings me finally to the author extraordinaire himself, Amar Maharaj. Thank you. We only met this past summer, but from that very first phone call, I knew I'd crossed paths with someone remarkable. In true Trini fashion, I told him, give me half an hour. Picked him up, and before long we were sharing stories, meals, and laughter with my family. Amar took pieces of my life story, plus my 59 years in Edmonton, and wove them into something truly meaningful. Something that made me look back on my life with new appreciation. His writing has a rare quality and ability to take ordinary experiences and weave them into meaningful reflections of life, character, and purpose. Through his words, he doesn't just tell a story, he teaches, encourages, and inspires. After reading my own story, I felt like I understood myself even better. Thank you, Amar, for your talent, your insight, and bringing my journey to life so beautifully. Promoting Korean culture has never felt like work. It has felt like love. And I am proud to know that our music, our flavors, our traditions, and our joy have touched people from all backgrounds across this country. Tonight's recognition strengthens my commitment to continue uplifting our heritage, to keep creating spaces where our diaspora feels at home, and to ensure future generations know and appreciate the cultural richness they come from. Thank you, Consul General of Trinidad and Tobago, for this honor. Thank you to the community for believing in this journey, and thank you all for celebrating with me tonight. May we continue to share our culture boldly, proudly, and together. Thank you and have a great evening.
thank you so much for your kind words. I got to tell you how small Trinidad and Tobago is. Can I tell that story, Milton? So Milton, I'm on the board, like you know, and we were reviewing Milton's information. And my uncle Ansel, my mom's brother, lives in Calgary. So I called my cousin, I said, so like, who's this guy? And Milton said to me tonight when he finally met me, oh, your uncle Ansel told me that his niece would be presenting or be at the dinner. So Trinidad is definitely a little bit smaller than 6 degrees of separation, but beautiful. So Milton's life is a celebration of resilience, leadership, and cultural pride from Trinidad and Tobago. He's inspired generations throughout his achievements, music, and dedication to the community. And in our publication, you'll be able to read quite in depth further. So now we'd like to welcome Reverend Timothy Dayfoot to give grace before we have supper.
Thank you very much, Roxanne. And I am here to bring us together with gratitude for the food that we are about to enjoy. But before I do that, I want to offer a moment or two for you to recognize this season of Christmas, which is a time that is not always easy to celebrate when we have lost loved ones, lost members of our family, who have always been a part of this wonderful festive season. As a minister for 40 years, I know that this is a time when a moment of silence for what we might describe as a blue Christmas is sometimes helpful for us. So I invite you now to bring to your mind in this moment of silence loved ones among your own family, among your friends who are not going to be here physically, but who we want to stay connected with spiritually in this festive season. Let us remember. And as we come together as your people, O God, we give you thanks for this wonderful season approaching Christmas, where we prepare for your gifts and your goodness. We thank you for the food that we are about to enjoy, for the hands that have lovingly prepared it, and for the fellowship that we enjoy, which strengthens our lives around the tables this evening. We give you thanks for this food, and we ask you to bless us and our fellowship. Amen.